Most remodeling contractors don't struggle because they lack skill. They struggle because trust takes time to build. And homeowners are more skeptical than they ever have been. Influencer partnerships, when they are used correctly, are one of the ways to really shortcut that trust journey. And they're not a trend, they're a trust accelerator inside a well-built marketing ecosystem. One of the things that we see is that too many contractors either ignore influencer marketing altogether or they just chase it for the wrong reasons. Both of those approaches actually miss the point. Influencer partnerships are not about chasing followers, and they're not about going viral. They're actually about borrowing credibility and leveraging somebody else's audience, reinforcing authority, and staying visible during the homeowner's decision-making process long before the phone ever rings. And when you approach them strategically, influencer partnerships help position your company as the safe, trusted choice in your local market. When approached casually, they just become noise. And so today I'm going to talk to you about how to do this the right way so you can really turn this into a powerful part of your marketing toolbox. Now, the benefits of partnering with influencers are really vast. Influencer partnerships deliver value because they align with how homeowners actually do make buying decisions. People don't start by calling contractors. They start by watching videos, reading, comparing, and forming opinions. And influencers do play a role early in that process. So you need to be thinking about effective service promotion, because an influencer places your services directly in front of homeowners who are already engaged with home improvement content. And this is not cold exposure. These audiences are actively thinking about upgrades, renovations, and projects. And when your work appears in that environment, it feels relevant instead of intrusive. It's natural. Credibility-driven brand awareness is what takes place, because trust is transferred by association. And when an influencer highlights your company, that credibility carries weight. What you'll find is some homeowners will act immediately and others will simply remember your name. Either way, both outcomes matter. Familiarity builds confidence, and confidence shortens the sales cycle when the time is right. What we're after is accelerated audience growth. And what influencer partnerships do is they compress time frames. So instead of waiting months or years to build visibility organically, an influencer can introduce your brand to an established local audience almost immediately. And this is extremely powerful when paired with consistent messaging across all of your other marketing channels. So it's important to find the right influencers in the home improvement niche. Remember, influencer partnerships only work when discipline is applied at the selection stage. And this is the one place where a lot of contractors get things wrong. Because remember, remodeling is a local business, so you can't ignore that reality. The right influencers have to be active in your geographic market, and they have to speak directly to homeowners that you actually serve. So, although national reach looks impressive on paper, it does not translate into booked projects. Local trust, on the other hand, does. So niche alignment is going to matter to a great deal. Influencers need to be creating content around home improvement, renovation, design, or home ownership ideally. If their audience isn't already thinking around those topics, then your message is going to get wasted or it's going to get lost in whatever their other topics are, no matter how large their following might be. So your selectivity is going to be critical. Influencers represent your brand by extension. So their professionalism and their tone and their values also need to mirror what you want your company to be perceived as. A mismatch here can really undermine trust instead of building it. So you want to make sure there's alignment in those areas. Now, how do you maximize return on investment from influencer collaborations? Securing an influencer partnership is really only the beginning because results are going to come from structure, clarity, and follow through. So you want to lead with your value proposition. Influencers should clearly communicate what makes your company different. This is going to include the scope of your services, the quality of materials that you use, the standards you hold on every project. Remember, homeowners are buying peace of mind as much as they are buying a remodeling project. So influencer content has to really reinforce that assurance. And don't forget, timing is everything. So promote at the right time, because timing is actually more important than frequency. A good influencer should understand when their audience is the most active and the most receptive. So well-timed posts are going to consistently outperform frequent, poorly scheduled posts. And this is really a simple adjustment that often separates mediocre results from meaningful traction. You also want to choose those platforms that support visual proof because, again, remodeling is a visual business at its core. So platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok and YouTube are going to be your best friends. They're going to perform well because they're going to allow the homeowner to see your workmanship, your process, and your results. They're going to allow you to show off your best work. So those platforms are going to attract the people who are already researching, comparing, and imagining the possibilities in their home. And those are the platforms where you really want your influencers to have a following. So as we wrap this up, influencer partnerships are not optional for you as a growth-minded remodeling contractor. But keep in mind, they're not magic either. When they're used strategically, what they do is they reinforce trust, they amplify your authority, and they keep your company visible throughout the buyer's journey. They also let you leverage somebody else's audience and somebody else's credibility. Now, when they're used carelessly, they also become a distraction, so you have to be careful. The contractors who win with influencer marketing are the ones who treat influencer partnerships as part of a disciplined system and part of a larger ecosystem, not a one-off experiment and not a magic bullet. So that level of execution does require experience, clarity, and a long-term perspective. And if you want influencer marketing and your overall marketing strategy to work, in service of sustainable business growth, then it's best that you work with professionals who understand the complete strategy and the complete ecosystem of your marketing strategy. So if we can help you develop your marketing strategy and your marketing ecosystem, give us a call at Remodeling Marketing Team. We would love to help you develop that strategy to dominate your market. You can call us at 888-350-7859, or you can schedule online, remodelingmarketingteam.com/get-started. And I look forward to talking with you on our next episode.